Introduction to Stoicism and Relationships. Have you ever felt like you're at a crossroads holding on to a relationship or friendship because it's comfortable, familiar, but deep down you know it's holding you back from truly flourishing? It's a tough pill to swallow, realizing that sometimes the people closest to us, the ones we've laughed with, cried with, and shared countless memories with, might not be meant to journey with us forever. It's a stark revelation, isn't it? But here's where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism sheds a transformative light on our modern dilemmas. The Stoics, with their profound insights into human nature and the pursuit of a fulfilling life, remind us that personal growth often requires making hard choices about who we allow into our inner circle. It's not about cutting people out with cold indifference, but about curating our lives with intention, choosing relationships that uplift, inspire, and challenge us to be our best selves. So if you're standing at that crossroads, feeling the weight of a decision that could redefine your path, you're not alone. Today we dive deep into the heart of Stoic wisdom to explore the signs it's time to lovingly release certain ties, making space for new growth, deeper connections, and a life aligned with your highest virtues. Stay with me as we embark on this journey together, guided by the timeless teachings of Stoicism, ready to discover the freedom and peace that come from choosing our relationships with wisdom and courage. And as we navigate this journey, I invite you to hit that subscribe button, share this video with someone who might need to hear this message, and don't forget to like and watch every part without skipping, because every moment of this exploration could be the one that transforms your life. If a relationship is stopping you from growing, it's a red flag. Think about this for a moment. Have you ever found yourself feeling stuck, like you're not moving forward because someone close to you isn't cheering you on? Recognizing growth-stifling relationships, or worse, they're actively holding you back. It's a tough spot to be in, isn't it? Seneca was all about the power of personal growth and self-improvement. He believed that to live a life worth living, we must constantly evolve, learn, and push our boundaries. So if you're in a relationship, whether it's with a friend, family member, or partner, and you feel like you're not able to grow, Seneca would probably tell you that's a red flag you can't ignore. Now, I'm not saying every relationship has to be about pushing you to your limits or setting world records, but the people who care about you should want to see you flourish. They should be your cheerleaders, your support system, not anchors dragging you down to the depths of what if. And if only. It's worth sitting down and having a heart-to-heart with yourself. Ask, why am I still holding on to this relationship? Is it out of habit, fear, loyalty? These are hard questions, but necessary, because here's the thing: true connections, the ones that are really worth your time and heart, should lift you up. They should make you feel like you're capable of being more today than you were yesterday. Stoicism teaches us the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who contribute positively to our lives. It's not about accumulating friends or being liked, it's about curating a circle that enriches your life, encourages your growth, and aligns with your values. So if you find yourself in a relationship that feels more like quicksand than a launching pad, it might be time to reconsider its place in your life. Remember, it's not selfish to want to grow, it's human, and sometimes growth means letting go of those who hold us back, not with bitterness, but with gratitude for the lessons learned and the strength gained from knowing when to say goodbye. Reflect on your relationships and consider whether they're bridges to your best self or barriers to your growth. And remember, the journey of self-improvement is never a solo trip. We need the right companions to truly make the journey worthwhile. We've all felt at one point or another being caught in a whirlwind of negative emotions within a relationship. Ever find yourself in a situation where it feels like drama is the main course and support is, well, not even on the menu? It's exhausting, isn't it? Marcus Aurelius had some powerful insights into dealing with our emotions. He famously said that we have control over our minds, not over external events, and realizing this is where our true power lies. This is a game changer when you apply it to relationships filled with jealousy, anger, or any other negative emotion that seems to dominate the landscape. Think about it: if your relationship feels more like a battleground than a safe haven, it's a signal loud and clear that something's got to give. These emotions, while part of the human experience, shouldn't be the foundation or the defining traits of any relationship that's meant to last and bring you peace. Now, I'm not suggesting that we can or should aim to live without ever feeling angry or jealous. That would be like trying to breathe without air. But what Marcus Aurelius teaches us is that we're in the driver's seat when it comes to our reactions to these emotions. If jealousy arises because a friend seems to be moving forward in life while you feel stuck, or if anger bubbles up every time a certain someone undermines you, remember, you control your reaction. You can choose not to let these emotions dictate the terms of your relationship. But what does that look like in practice? It starts with awareness, recognizing when you're feeling these emotions and asking yourself, why am I feeling this way? What can I learn from this? How can I respond in a manner that aligns with the person I aspire to be? These aren't easy questions, but they are essential ones, and sometimes the healthiest reaction is to create distance or make a change. It's not about running away from problems, but acknowledging that if the core of a relationship is more about pulling each other into negative spirals rather than lifting up, it might be time to reassess. This doesn't mean you failed or that the other person is a villain in your story. It's simply recognizing that not every relationship is meant to endure every season of our lives, and that's okay. The Stoics were big on the idea of living in accordance with nature and sometimes the natural course of things. is to grow apart. So if you find yourself navigating negative emotions with Stoic wisdom, constantly wrestling with negative emotions in any of your relationships, take a moment, reflect on Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. Remember, you have the power over your mind, your reactions, and ultimately the choice to surround yourself with relationships that are rooted in positive, supportive energies. It's in these environments that we can truly thrive, grow, and find peace. Let's not let the drama define our relationships. Instead, let's cultivate connections that are based on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine support, because at the end of the day, those are the relationships that withstand the test of time and bring out the best in us. Let's tackle a tricky but crucial topic: the role of manipulation and control in our relationships. In any kind of relationship, feeling like you're more of a puppet than a partner is a massive red flag. It's about time we talk about autonomy, freedom, and the sage advice of Epictetus once said, "No one is free who is not master of himself." Think about that for a moment. True freedom, according to Epictetus, comes from within, from being in control of our actions, decisions, and ultimately our lives. So what does it mean for us when we find ourselves in relationships where we feel like we are not the ones calling the shots, where our decisions, desires, and even our thoughts seem to be under someone else's control? It's a sign loud and clear that something's not right. Manipulation and control can sneak up on us in various forms. It might be subtle, like constant suggestions that steer you away from your passions, or moreover, like outright demands dictating who you should be or what you should do. These are not the hallmarks of a healthy relationship. True connections, the ones that are really worth our time and emotional investment, are built on mutual respect and freedom. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of autonomy, being the master of your own ship. So to speak, if you find yourself in a relationship where you're constantly second-guessing your choices or feeling like your wings are clipped, it's worth asking why stay in a dynamic that stifles your freedom and keeps you from being the author of your own life story. Here's the thing: cutting ties with someone who's manipulating or controlling you isn't about being harsh or unkind. It's about honoring your worth, your autonomy, and your right to lead a life that's true to you. It's about taking Epictetus's wisdom to heart and reclaiming your freedom, the freedom to make your own choices, to grow, to live a life aligned with your values. And yes, making the decision to step away from such relationships can be incredibly tough. It might mean letting go of something familiar, or even someone you care deeply about. But remember, Stoicism isn't about taking the easy path, it's about taking the right path. Sometimes the right path is the one that leads us away from what harms us and towards a more authentic, fulfilling existence. True relationships, the ones that genuinely enrich our lives, are those that respect our individuality and freedom. They encourage us to explore, to question, to grow. They don't try to mold us into something we're not or dictate how we should live our lives. So if you're feeling like someone's pulling your strings, take a moment to reflect on Epictetus's words: no one is truly free who isn't master of himself. Ask yourself if it's time to cut those strings and embrace the freedom to be authentically you. It's a journey worth taking, a step towards a life where you're in control, surrounded by relationships that uplift and respect your autonomy and freedom. Let's cherish and seek out those connections that empower us, that allow us to be the masters of our own lives, because at the end of the day, that's what true friendship and love should do: set us free, not hold us back. What happens when a relationship starts to do more harm than good? When the time you spend with someone leaves you feeling more drained than energized, more stressed than supported. It's like you're constantly walking on eggshells, caught up in an endless cycle of arguments, or just feeling down whenever they're around. These are glaring red flags that something's seriously off. Healthy connections, the kind we all deserve and should strive for, they're supposed to feel good, they're meant to enrich our lives, bring us joy, and support us through the ups and downs. They're not supposed to complicate our lives with constant stress or make us question our worth.